Who's ready for a beer? It's almost time to do this damn thing. I'm ready for a beer already. Come on, 4 o'clock. Come on, 4 o'clock. What's up, Kentucky? How you doing, man? Oh yeah, man, I'm ready too. I'm ready too. I think it's time for us to fucking do the damn thing. So let's do this. Boom. What is up, everybody? Well, happy Monday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today, we're looking at one that I'm pretty damn excited for, because I've never done a review for this brewery before, and I've been craving a stout lately, so it just checks both of those off. So today, we're going to be taking a look at, I don't know if it's Padishah, I guess you can say it. Padishah? I don't know. I'm just the guy trying to pronounce a name here. But yeah, we're looking at a bourbon barrel aged imperial stout from Mod Craft Beer. So they're out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which I've had a good amount of Milwaukee brews before. Well, Milwaukee brews / Wisconsin brews. So I'm really excited for this stuff because they do something at their brewery that is something I've never seen before, which is really cool, and I wanted to talk about it here. So how they make their beers at their brewery before you even open the can. At Mod Craft, They brew crowdsourced beer each month that you decide what they brew. So pretty much they put out something every month of what beers that people are what kind of beers people are looking for, and that's what the kind of beers that they release every month. So like everything on tap is going to be different monthly, I would say, just because they like changing things up and they want to appease to the crowd that's going to be coming into the brewery and all that stuff, drinking it on tap and all that kind of thing. So that's really, really cool. I like how they pretty much leave it up to the consumer for what the brewery is actually going to be making, which is really, really cool. So yeah, this guy, like I said, I think it's what is it, an 11%, I believe. Where is that on there? From what I saw, I thought, yep, 11%. So definitely a higher ABV, definitely something that's a sipper. But yeah, without further ado, let's crack this guy open and see what we're looking at. Oh yeah, I love that sound. So let's see what we got on the smell. Oh yeah, really chocolatey, kind of getting like that really like heavy chocolate smell on there. I don't know if that's kind of beginning like a mix between like a milk and a dark chocolate kind of smell. Definitely getting those kind of bourbony, kind of oaky smells as well in the aroma. Yeah, that smells fantastic. So let's give this guy a pour. Drink it out of my Imperial Oak Brewing Company tulip glass, just because I love this. I love these style glasses when it comes to drinking either like sours or stouts or all like barley wines sometimes. But yeah, let's see how she pours. Oh yeah, this is a heavy one. Look at not even any head, barely any head at all, which is definitely expected with this kind of beer. Look at that darkness. Ooh. Yeah, that's just right up my alley. So let's see what this one's like on the smell. After it's poured. Okay, the chocolate kind of notes went down a little bit. Kind of giving like more of like a milk chocolate kind of aroma on the smell when you pour it into a glass. But yeah. And also with this beer, they want you to like store it cold, but they recommend drinking this beer between temperatures of 56 to 60 degrees. So what I did before the review, I took this thing out 2 hours out of the fridge ahead of time just to get into that room temperature kind of stage, because probably it's going to bring out more of like the in-depth kind of notes of this beer, where it's like a lot more of the complex flavors, which I'm looking forward to. So let's give this guy a try. So cheers, everybody. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Chocolate in your face, definitely getting that kind of oaky, kind of like roasted, kind of char kind of taste in there as well. Definitely from it sitting in those bourbon barrels. I guess they're aged in Heaven Hill bourbon barrels, which is nice. And the cool thing about with this beer's release is that they actually, where is it, right here? Every December, they host an annual Stout Fest, which is really cool. It's a celebration of dark and decadent sippers. The event offers craft fans some cool merch and the ability to try a range of luscious stouts, but there's no mistaking the real reason why this event takes place is because it's the release of their Padishah Imperial Stout, which is really cool. So this one's, yeah, right off the bat, delicious. Definitely has that kind of like, you get a nice like milk chocolate up on the front, but then kind of balances out with like a kind of like a nice heavy bourbon kind of barrel taste when it comes to just like those deep flavors in there, and then kind of ends with maybe a dark chocolate kind of bitterness at the end. Definitely has a really heavy mouthfeel to it, really syrupy. Of course, there's no head. There's not really any much like carbonation feeling in the mouth. Definitely, the moment you drink this, you get that warmness going down your throat from the higher ABV, and it just how syrupy this is. It really like coats the inside of your mouth. So this is definitely a really good Imperial Stout. Holy crap! So let's see what, after drinking this a little bit, let's see what they're describing the flavor profile of this guy to be. So let's see. So the staggering 11% ABV brew delights the palate with notes of oak, vanilla, and molasses from the aging in acclaimed Heaven Hill bourbon barrels. Plus, with all the dark malts and brewers used, it tastes like a molten chocolate lava cake drizzled all over in whiskey. No wonder the brewers saved this release for winter. Every sip is a shot of warmth that goes from the tongue to toe. Okay, so yeah, definitely getting a lot of those, like, they're going by saying it's kind of like a lava cake, which definitely getting a lot of those, like, chocolatey, strong chocolate flavors, which is really nice. Really smooth. Not really any kind of bite to it. Just, of course, with it being at 11%, you're going to get that little bit of a boozy taste. But that's okay. It's kind of expected when it comes to, like, Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels, just because when bourbon is involved in aging it, you're going to get some of those notes in there. So if you're not a fan of kind of a boozier kind of beer, this might not be the brew for you. But overall, really fantastic. I love the chocolate notes in it. Love that kind of deep oaky flavor that sits in there. I enjoy the start of being milk chocolate, going to oaky, and then ending with like a dark chocolate kind of taste, with just like a natural dark chocolate bitterness. So overall, really fantastic. So let's see what people are on Untapped are saying about this beer. So like I said before, it's an 11%, and with over 625 ratings, this beer has an average rating of 4.02 out of 5. So pretty high. When it comes to like the lower kind of amount of people rating this and still having a high number, yeah, that's automatically telling me that this is good. People like this one. So let's see what people rated this one. So somebody gave it 4.5. Somebody gave it a 4. Let's see. Somebody gave it another 4. Somebody gave it a 1.75. They're probably not into the whole stout thing. I'm guessing probably either one of their first tries of trying something like this. Let's see. Somebody gave it a 4.25, 3.75, 3.5, 4.25, 4.25. So they said smooth chocolate bourbon, not chewy or overly roasty. Nice one. Cheers. Yep, that's really pretty much it. Somebody even gave us a 4.75 out of 5, so that's almost a perfect rating. So that's really cool. So yeah, like I said, it's not too over. I agree with that guy. It's not too like overly like roasty. You're not getting too much of like the oakiness in the bourbon barrels in it. Really smooth, really well balanced. I'm actually kind of enjoying like the in-depth kind of. Now that I'm drinking a little bit more on the tongue after I get like the dark chocolate, I'm getting that kind of molassesy kind of like heavy taste in the mouth, which is actually really nice. Overall, really delicious. So let's start going off ratings here. So can art. I really enjoy this can art. It's just, I love the kind of intricate designs on there, kind of getting it like, I don't know, a lot of different like shapes and different like insignias and all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. It's very classy looking. Has everything you need to see on there. The name. It's a bourbon barrel aged beer. Has Mod Craft Beer on the top right there. And then, of course, we're more of the brewery right there. But also I think it's over here. It tells you like, drink out of a glass, keep chilled, and enjoy it between 56 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's also really cool that they like to kind of put that on the can just to give you a recommendation of how you should try this beer. But overall, this is absolutely fantastic. A really big fan of this stuff. So can art, I really enjoy it. This is definitely something that would pop out to me in a liquor store just because of how detailed the can art is. Very detailed. A lot of just really cool colors added in there, kind of making it seem like it's kind of royalty a little bit, like a royal insignia kind of thing on there, which is really cool. So definitely, I'd give this a solid 4 out of 5 for can art. Really cool. I don't know if this is going to be the kind of one that I'd be able to save, just because it's like a kind of has that like plastic kind of seal on it and not just like a sticker on a can. But that's okay. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, really cool. So let's start moving down the list with ratings. So if I got this in a flight at Mobcraft, would I get a glass of this? Probably. I definitely get a separate glass of this to kind of drink on its own because I really enjoy the flavors. This is definitely a winter brew. I know Swaggins, it's not a spring brew. It's definitely something that you could see why this is released in December, because you're still in the kind of cold areas of the season. Definitely, this is the kind of beer that you want to sit inside, sitting by a fire, or something like if you have a fireplace, sitting by the fireplace and just sitting somewhere warm and just enjoying a nice kind of really nice roasty chocolatey brew. But overall, really, really delicious. Definitely warms you up. Definitely, the booziness is really smooth. Overall, this beer is fantastic. So let's see what I'm going to give this one for a rating. Like I said before, it's 11%, which for a bourbon barrel aged beer, I can kind of expect it being up on the higher ABV. So that's all. It's nice. It's not too boozy, so it's really smooth in that aspect. I really like the chocolatey notes in it. Not really getting any kind of like coffee flavors in it. But the mixture between like going from milk chocolate to kind of oaky to going to like a dark chocolate mixing with like a molasses kind of sitting on your tongue kind of taste is delicious. I really, really enjoy it. So I think my final rating on this guy, it's a tough one because I know this is going to be a highly rated one. So definitely one that I recommend to people. Shit. I'm going to easily give this like a solid 8.75, almost a 9. I really enjoy it. I really, really enjoy this one. I'm really impressed. Just because having a beer that I've from a brewery I've never tried before and just being blown away like this, it's always given me good first impressions. So big props to Modcraft for bringing out this one. This is definitely one that I hopefully will search for in the future when it comes to just having stock and just enjoying a nice beer. So if you're in the Milwaukee area, if you're anywhere near kind of, I would say it's probably distributed well around Milwaukee, probably getting towards Madison. You might be able to find it down there. But even if they don't, find your local liquor store in Madison or whatever liquor store that's. If you're in Wisconsin, tell them to pick up stuff from Modcraft. I think you'd be impressed. For my first try from their stuff, way higher of expectations than I thought I would have. So really, really good. But let's see. If you're not in Wisconsin, you can't get it. My recommendation would possibly use Tavour. I've talked about Tavour many, many times already. It's a beer subscription / beer delivery service to where you can either like build your own box to where you just choose off the list of what kind of beers they're releasing. They release multiple beers a day and just kind of put on their list on the app. You kind of can just build your own monthly box that way. Or you can get like a subscription service to where you kind of let them know what kind of beers you enjoy, and they just send you random beers with those kind of different flavor profiles. So you're not going to know what you're going to get, but I guess that's an exciting thing as well. So unfortunately it's not available everywhere. It's kind of like more into like the bigger cities, I guess, or because all the factors of having like a local delivery service, being able to deliver it to your house or wherever you want the beer to be delivered to. But overall, really, really big ups to Modcraft for making this. This is really, really good. Definitely be something I'd recommend to anybody to kind of search for, or if you can get it, if you can try to get it into your state, I'd definitely recommend it. If you're into a nice bourbon barrel aged imperial stout with nice chocolatey flavors, oh yes, 100% would recommend this. But with that noted, I think that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. Kentucky, Swaggins, you guys are in here every single day with me doing my reviews. Everybody that's watching on the replay too, if you're gonna take the time and watch my videos when I'm not doing them live, big ups to you guys. Because hey, if you like my stuff and you're just enjoying it, that's awesome. I really appreciate all of it. If you're watching right now, make sure to hit that like button on your way out. It would help me out a lot. And overall, I think that's pretty much it, guys. So I'm going to have a review coming up tomorrow for you guys, so keep an eye out for that. I think I'm going to do another IPA. So be in an IPA mood tomorrow because that's what we're going to be drinking. So put something in the fridge. if you want to join along with drinking a beer during a review. Other than that, if you want to find me on Untapped, you can just search Poon Sauce McNasty on Untapped. Find me on there. So I want to see what other people are drinking as well. And that's pretty much it. So guys, thank you again for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you, especially people that are watching the replay as well. But yeah, if you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And cheers, everybody.